Hello everyone, I'm Cici. Welcome back to my channel and to another day of my solo life in China. It's a brand new morning, and today is special because I'm the one on duty. My alarm clock went off at 6 a.m. sharp. You know that feeling when the alarm rings and for a second you just want to hit snooze? Wow. Today I was actually awake even before the alarm, maybe because I knew I had to be at work early. I got up immediately, stretched a little, and headed to the bathroom to freshen up. I started my morning routine by splashing some cool water on my face. It's the best way to wake up instantly. Then I brushed my teeth thoroughly. There's something about that fresh, minty feeling that makes me feel ready to take on the world. I always take my time with this part because good oral hygiene sets a positive tone for the whole day. Don't you think? After that, I noticed there was some laundry I had washed the night before that needed to be hung up. So I took a few minutes to hang each piece carefully on the drying rack by the window. It's such a simple task, but doing it early in the morning gives me a sense of accomplishment. Plus, I love the way natural sunlight hits the fresh laundry. It makes the whole room feel brighter and cozier. My alarm clock went off at 6 a.m. sharp. You know that feeling when the alarm rings and for a second you just want to hit snooze? Wow. Today I was actually awake even before the alarm, maybe because I knew I had to be at work early. I got up immediately, stretched a little, and headed to the bathroom to freshen up. I started my morning routine by splashing some cool water on my face. It's the best way to wake up instantly. Then I brushed my teeth thoroughly. There's something about that fresh, minty feeling that makes me feel ready to take on the world. I always take my time with this part because good oral hygiene sets a positive tone for the whole day. Don't you think? After that, I noticed there was some laundry I had washed the night before that needed to be hung up. So I took a few minutes to hang each piece carefully on the drying rack by the window. It's such a simple task, but doing it early in the morning gives me a sense of accomplishment. Plus, I love the way natural sunlight hits the fresh laundry. It makes the whole room feel brighter and cozier. So I decided to treat myself to something delicious. I walked over to a little food spot near my workplace and ordered a portion of Hangzhou Zailangbao. These are soup dumplings, a specialty from Hangzhou, and they are absolutely amazing. The best part, they only cost me about $2. Can you believe it? Such good value for such tasty food. I brought them back to my office, sat down at my desk, and started eating with pure joy. Each little dumpling was perfect thin skin, rich savory soup inside, and tender pork filling. I dipped them in a little vinegar and ginger, just like how they're traditionally eaten. Oh my goodness, it was heavenly. There's something so satisfying about enjoying good food, especially when you're a little hungry. I was literally eating them with a big smile on my face. Time flew by, and before I knew it, it was around 11:30 time to clock out. My duty was done for the day, and I was ready for some me time. I grabbed my things, headed out of the office, and walked toward my motorcycle. Yes, I ride a motorcycle is such a convenient way to get around in the city, especially when traffic gets busy. I put on my helmet, started the engine, and off I went. The ride was so pleasant, the wind in my hair, the sun warming my skin, and the feeling of freedom as I zipped through the streets. There's something therapeutic about riding, don't you think? It clears your mind and makes you feel alive. Hello everyone, I'm Cici. Welcome back to my channel and to another day of my solo life in China. It's a brand new morning, and today is special because I'm the one on duty. I arrived at the gym feeling motivated and ready to work. After applying for a locker and storing my belongings safely, I walked into the workout area. But before jumping into any heavy lifting, I knew I had to properly prepare my body. So I started with a 5-minute shoulder warm-up. With my shoulders prepped, it was time to move on to the main workout. My first exercise was good old-fashioned push-ups. I positioned myself on the mat, hands shoulder-width apart, core engaged, and lowered my body down. Push-ups are such a fundamental exercise. They work your chest, shoulders, triceps, and even your core if you do them right. I did 3 sets of 12 reps. By the last few reps of each set, my arms were trembling, but I pushed through. There's something empowering about that mind-muscle connection, feeling every fiber of your muscles working. Next, I moved over to the cable machines. First up was the seated cable rope. I sat down, placed my feet on the platform, grabbed the handle, and started pulling it toward my abdomen. This exercise is amazing for targeting the back muscles, specifically the rhomboids and latissimus dorsi. I focused on squeezing my shoulder blades together at the end of each pull and controlling the movement on the way back. 3 sets of 12 reps, and I could already feel my back waking up. It's such a satisfying feeling when you can actually sense the muscles you're working. Then came the lat pull-downs. I sat down at the lat pull-down machine, adjusted the knee pads, grabbed the bar with a wide grip, and pulled it down to my upper chest. This exercise is fantastic for building that V-taper look and strengthening the lats. I focused on leading with my elbows and squeezing at the bottom of each movement. 3 sets of 12 reps later, my back felt thoroughly worked. I could already imagine those muscles growing stronger with each session. Now, here is something important. I didn't just focus on my upper body the whole time. About halfway through my workout, I decided to incorporate some core training. Because let's be real, a strong upper body needs a strong foundation, and that foundation is your core. After finishing my core work, I moved on to 2 classic upper body exercises, bench press and dumbbell rows. I started with the bench press, lying on the bench and pressing the bar up for 3 sets of 10 reps. You can really feel your chest, shoulders, and triceps working together with every push. Next, I grabbed a dumbbell for some rows, 3 sets of 12 on each side, focusing on squeezing my back muscles at the top of each movement. By the end, my back was absolutely burning. To finish everything off, I hopped on the rowing machine for 5 minutes of cardio. It's the perfect way to end the workout, gets your heart rate up and works your whole body. Stepping off that machine, sweaty but satisfied, I felt like I did truly earn my rest. Thanks for joining me on this fitness journey. See you in the next video. After finishing my cool down and stretching, I started feeling really hungry. You know that feeling after a solid workout when your body is telling you it needs fuel? Wow, that was me. So I packed up my things, left the gym, and headed to a little food spot nearby. I ended up buying 2 stuffed pancakes, and guess what? They only cost me a little over $1. Can you believe it? Such a delicious and affordable treat after all the hard work. I took a bite right away, and oh my goodness, warm, savory, and absolutely satisfying. It was the perfect way to end my workout day. Sometimes the simplest things in life bring the most joy. After my light afternoon snack, it was time to head back to work for the remainder of my shift. The afternoon passed by fairly quietly, just focusing on my tasks, counting down the hours until I could finally go home and truly relax. You know those days when you're just looking forward to the evening, when you can finally unwind? Yeah, this was one of those days. Finally, around late afternoon or early evening, my workday came to an end. I clocked out, gathered my things, and walked out of the office with a sense of freedom and anticipation. But before heading straight home, I decided to make a quick stop at a local food market. There's something about the end of a long day that makes you crave a little treat, you know? I walked through the market, looking at all the different food options. The smells were amazing, all sorts of local flavors filling the air. After browsing for a bit, I made my choices. First, I picked up some fresh youtiao. Those are Chinese fried dough sticks, crispy on the outside and salt on the inside. They're perfect for snacking. Then I spotted something else that caught my eye, some chicken wings and chicken pieces, which I think are called chicha in Chinese. They look so flavorful and tempting. And finally, to complete my little evening feast, I bought a small container of doji, that's fermented mung bean juice, a traditional Beijing drink. It has a very unique, acquired taste, but I was in the mood for something authentic. And that, my friends, was my entire day, from 6 a.m. to evening, from work to workouts. From Xiaolongbao to doji, it was a full, authentic slice of my life here in China. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey and spending your time with me. I hope you enjoyed seeing what a typical day looks like for me. Take care of yourselves, eat well, and enjoy the little moments. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.